Hello, happy Friday, and welcome into another edition of your favorite podcast, Burgers and Brats. There is so much going on. I really have no idea where to start. It's a crapshoot. We can start anywhere. Shotgun shells. I don't know. College football week 1 is in action. It's already going on. We got the MLB entering the final month of the season. We got the NFL, Micah Parsons getting traded to Green Bay. We got NFL preseason. We got the Tour Championship. The Team USA Ryder Cup team was announced. And the most shocking, the most breathtaking, the news that trumps all news. Taylor Swift is engaged. That's right. Swifties rejoice. It has finally happened. She has found the love of her life. So we're all excited for that. Before we break all this down, make sure to follow the podcast on any platform, any streaming service, literally anywhere. Get your podcast at Burgers and Brats, and stay up to date with latest news on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Burgers and Brats. Hopefully, you're watching live on Millions.co or YouTube at Burgers and Brats. Let's start with the biggest news. I think this deserves all the attention. Taylor Swift. She is engaged to, who would have ever thought in their life? Travis Kelce, tight end of the Kansas City Chiefs. I just can't believe it. It's been a 2-year relationship now. I didn't see it happening. I didn't see this lasting. Travis Kelce is a weird guy. He's Travis Kelce. Taylor Swift. She dated Harry Styles. If Harry Styles wasn't good enough, Travis Kelce is going to be good enough? The meathead? Come on. I did not see this coming at all. But they're happy together. And after 13 men that Taylor Swift has gone through that have ended badly, but had put out some great songs. So thank you, Swifties, or those guys, for making Taylor Swift put out those incredible songs. She has found the one and the only. And his name is Travis Kelce. Man, what a year. What a year it's been. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce got engaged. Pretty array of flowers. The setting was in Travis Kelce's backyard. It was revamped for this special occasion. It is his home in Kansas. You can actually go see on, I think, Zillow. It has the bench or wherever where he proposed. So doesn't have all the flowers, of course, but tried to make it look like her album Lover, which good songs in there. Fire songs. She don't she she don't miss really. She got a deep bag, a lot of hits. So if you're not a Swifty, you're just a hater. Honestly, I can say that straight up. You're just a hater. She got some good music, good vibes. But man, he went all out on this ring. He's got good money. He's got Super Bowl money now. The ring is an old mine, brilliant cut diamond, bezel, set in yellow gold, and could approximately be worth $1 million. Man, for ever a girl, most of these people would give her $1 million ring. That's crazy. Travis Kelce setting the bar for every guy to give their girl a $1 million ring. We'll make it happen. The rest of us guys got you, Travis. We'll follow in your footsteps. But actually, the engagement happened about 2 weeks ago, the night of that podcast that they aired. So, uh, hush hush for a while. Just insane. Dropping it random out of the blue. They've shock. Good. Nothing leading up to it. Just happened. So, congrats to Kelce and Swift. Hopefully, it lasts. If not, I know we're going to get some bangers from T Swift, T Swizzle. So, let me know your thoughts. Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, will it last? Why not? I think it will. I think she found the one. So, congrats to them. All right. Sorry, most of you fellas. Let's talk a little sports now. Let's start with. Good thing I waited till Thursday night to do this podcast because, uh, Dallas. I don't know how you can be a sports fan anymore. I don't know how you can support your sports teams. Dallas Mavericks trade Luka to the Lakers, and now Dallas Cowboys have traded Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. I really just don't get it. I don't get it from Jerry Jones. This guy has something's got to happen. He's got to get rid of this team. He has got to sell. He has got to stop taking full control over this team. It is getting ridiculous. It just ruins this team. So they traded Micah Parsons. Jerry Jones' press conference then came out and said, quote, "This gives us a chance to be a better team than we have had the last several years." Micah Parsons, he's a good player. He's a pretty solid player. He's going to help you get maybe 1-2 more wins. But you're not getting better without him. You can say he's overrated. That's fine, which is wrong. But you are not getting better without Micah Parsons. He disrupts so much on the defensive side of the ball. And now this is huge for the Packers as they have to go into Lions twice. The Bears could be maybe something new head coach Caleb Williams in his second year, so possibly. But Green Bay, they get a dude, and it did only cost them signed a 4-year, $188 million deal, $136 million guaranteed, and is the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. So he got his bag, and he's out of Dallas. So Micah and Luka, both 26 years old, both entering their prime, and just traded away. Dallas fans, this has got to be the final straw to get off the Cowboys bandwagon. This is the time you have to leave the Cowboys, guys. I don't know how you can be a Cowboys fan, especially with this lunatic, Jerry Jones, running the show. I just have no words for how bad of an owner he is. I just don't understand how you can put any support, any faith in this guy, in this team. But as long as he's getting attention, it's worth it to him. So, the contract. So, Micah Parsons actually gets a raise of $900,000 from his taxes from living in Green Bay instead of Dallas. So he saves $900,000 in this deal. Heck of a deal for Micah, man. A win-win situation. Out of Dallas and saving $900,000. The Cowboys receive a 2026 first-round pick, a 2027 first-round pick, and Pro Bowler Kenny Clark from defense tackle Kenny Clark from the Packers. So, what a night. Glad I waited to this pod, but absolutely ridiculous from the Cowboys. Don't know how you can do it anymore. I really don't. So, that's what happened in the NFL tonight. Elsewhere in the NFL, Dylan Gabriel is named the backup to Joe Flacco in Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders, quarterback number 3. They're only keeping 3 quarterbacks on their roster. Tyler Huntley got dropped, and then he went back to Baltimore. So basically, he just went to go get the play sheet from Cleveland and then back to Baltimore. That's fine right now. I think both quarterbacks do end up playing this season. I think Joe Flacco's just temporary out there, but I think Dylan and Shedeur both get some time to play. It's the Browns. It's going to implode very, very quickly. The Bengals released Desmond Ridder, and the Giants released fan favorite Danny DeVito. He is heading to the Patriots, though. So that's some elsewhere in the NFL. In the NBA, Doris Burke has been demoted from her NBA Finals job, and now she is being replaced by Tim Legler. So, really not a problem with Doris Burke, but I think Tim Legler brings a deep knowledge of ball to the NBA Finals. I think it'll be fun listening to him commentate because I do like him calling games and his insights on SVP after games. So, I think that'll be good, but come on, guys. We got to bring back Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. Like, you ruined the best trio with Mike Breen. You ruined it for nothing. And now you get this. It's ridiculous. I don't know why they broke it up. They should have never broken it up. But hey, it's ESPN, so they're always messing something up. So that is the NBA. In the MLB. Are the Yankees back? I think so. They're lighting it up right now. Bats are hot. Hit 6 home runs again the other night. 9 home runs the other night. It's led by Giancarlo Stanton and Jazz Chisholm. They're balling out right now, hitting dingers, and they got a hold on this wild card spot. Do face the Red Sox again. They only won 1 of 4 versus the Red Sox last weekend, and now the bats are coming back alive. So we'll see if it's just versus bad teams or they can win against these actually common, decent opponents. They do have a very schedule to end the season as we enter last month. They've got Houston, Toronto, Boston, Detroit, and the Orioles twice. So definitely tough road ahead to maintain that wild card spot. The Texas Rangers, Dallas fans again, man. They lose Nathan Eovaldi, who's a Cy Young candidate, and definitely kind of drops their chances of making it to the playoffs as they were 4.5 back from a wild card spot. If you're a Dallas fan, give it up, guys. And I'm wearing an SMU shirt right now. If you're watching on YouTube or millions.co or on Spotify, you can go watch my videos on Spotify now with the episode. But it's tough. Tough to be a Dallas fan. Anything. Kind of ruins their chances, so definitely a big hit for them. Kyle Schwarber, just Thursday night, had a 4 home run game, and that is his 49th home run of the season. And I can't believe this is the third time this year a player's hit 4 home runs in a game. How have we not heard about that? I'm not a casual. I should have heard about this, but it's because it's Schwarber, so we're hearing it. It's getting thrown out there a little more. And also the 21st 4 home run game in MLB history. That's insane. I can't believe it's happened that many times, especially that many this year. But got some with the bats, and they're swinging for the fences. For the wild card spots, Blue Jays, Tigers, and Astros are all the division leaders, and they are leading into those 3 spots. In the wild card, we get the Boston, Yankees, and Mariners. Yankees have a 2-game lead over the Mariners for that final wild card spot. And then a little tight, maybe a 3-team race to get that final card spot. The Royals, Rangers, and Guardians fighting for it. Guardians 5 back, Rangers 4.5 back, and the Royals 3 games back of that final spot in the AL. In the NL, we've got the Brewers with the best record in baseball at 83 wins. Incredible stuff going on in Milwaukee. Dodgers and Phillies both tied as division leaders in that 2-3 spot. And then in the wild card, 4 games up, we got the Cubs. 1 game back is the Padres. And then that final spot, we got the New York Mets. And really, it's probably only a 1-team race with the Reds in that 4 seed. But the Giants, Diamondbacks, and Cardinals are all 6 games back of that final wildcard spot. So maybe it could get dicey. We got a full month to go, guys. So a lot left in baseball. But that is that. Should be a fun month heading into it. So always exciting as we get colder baseball. All right, let's go into on this day in history before we talk a little USA Ryder Cup. 1862, the Second Battle of Bull Run begins, which ended up in a Confederate victory. 2005, 20 years ago. It has been 20 years now since Hurricane Katrina made its second and third landfall as a Category 3 hurricane. And then 1963, MLK, Martin Luther King Jr., delivers his I Have a Dream speech during the March on Washington at the Lincoln Memorial. Happy birthday, Shania Twain, Richard Attenborough, and Michael Jackson. That's on this day in history. Sponsored by Hefner Eye Care. Hefner Eye Care located in Oklahoma City, or you can check them out on the web at hefnereyecare.com, where you can try on sunglasses from the comfort of your own home with virtual try-on. So, on this day in history, sponsored by Hefner Eye Care. All right. Before we talk USA Ryder Cup Tour Championship was this past weekend. Didn't talk about it on Monday because I did my complete college football conference championship breakdowns, my Heisman picks, and my 12-team playoffs. So go back, previous episode, watch that, listen to that, see what you think. If I'm correct, which I know I am. It's just how I do. It's how I be. But that was a great episode there. And man, who else could have won the Tour Championship, season-long championship? Well, yeah, obviously Scotty. But who else? Tommy Fleetwood. That's right, baby. I've called this Tommy Fleetwood a automatic top 10 lock, top 5 lock every tournament this past few months. And he has not disappointed, even bouncing back after his tough loss at the FedEx. And we thought, this was going to be a duplicate. Two-shot lead with 3 holes left. He blew it in Memphis 2 weeks prior. He holds on in the Tour Championship at East Lake. Fleetwood gets his first ever PGA victory, and it was just incredible to watch. I've loved Tommy Fleetwood, love watching golf. It was his 164th start, his first career win, and it netted him $10 million. And this is a guy where they made the Tour champion where you didn't start at stroke play, everyone started even, everyone was fair. And this is a guy where you're like, that's fine if he wins. Because he had so many top 5s. He had so many top 10s this year. It's not like he did nothing all year. He had a second place finish at the RBC. He had the lead. He should have won at the FedEx. He had numerous other top 5s. He had a top 5, the BMW. And he gets the win here. So it's not like this guy didn't deserve to be the Tour champion. He did. He had a hell of a season. But Sunday, he had the lead most of the day, most of the tournament. And it was close. It was close heading into Sunday with Patrick Cantlay right behind him. They were tied going into the 4th round. But Cantlay started bogey and then double bogey. So that kind of set him back there, playing catch-up the whole time. Keegan Bradley, he was within 1 shot on the front 9, but ended up in 7th place. Scotty Scheffler, of course, who we thought would win. He finished top 4 shots back, just could not get it done there. But the incredible thing about Scotty this year, let me break this down for you. He had, 5 total wins, 2 major champions this year, had the BMW championship. He earned $26.5 million this year. That is $349,000 per round. $349,730 per round to be exact. That is $5,141 per shot for this guy played all season. That's insane. $5,000 per shot. Could you imagine going out in a golf tournament and knowing this shot's worth $5,000? Remarkable stuff. But it wasn't Scotty's day. It was Tommy Fleetwood's day. So very, very happy to see Fleetwood win. Awesome stuff. All right. But then, yeah, we are on, the season's over. We're done with that. We're on to the Ryder Cup. And it is Ryder Cup time. And Keegan Bradley, hopefully he's a good captain. He got picked last year when we didn't think there was a chance he could be a playing captain. Had not been done since 1963 with Arnold Palmer. And Keegan's actually the youngest captain for the Ryder Cup team since Arnold Palmer in 1963. It's just been guys with experience. He's been in 2 Ryder Cups, but, doesn't have too much experience. So we all thought, is Keegan going to pick himself? Which I thought he should. I get it's tough. It's hard. Tiger said it was hard. Rory said it's probably impossible. But, if anyone can do it, it's Keegan. He's been on the tour a long time, 39 years old. This is what he wanted. But he said he did not pick himself to be a playing captain. Instead, he said, quote, "I grew up wanting to play the Ryder Cup. I grew up wanting to fight alongside these guys, and it broke my heart to not play. It really did. But ultimately, I was chosen to do a job. I was chosen to be a captain." End quote. And I love that from Keegan. I think that's awesome. Very mature of him. He could have said, no, I'm taking all this spotlight. It's going to be all about me. Every headline's going to be like, can I play? Or trust in me. I think it's just too much. Too much for him to have to deal with. It's just impossible with how much goes into it nowadays. Especially with how bad the U.S. has been playing. They've lost 10 of 14 Ryder Cups. The U.S. still does lead the all-time series 27, 15, and 2. So at least we have history on our side. But the overall picks, the 6 picks, like I said, J.J. Spaun, Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele. Sorry, I lost my things. Bryson DeChambeau. And so those are your 6 guys who were automatic bids. Or Justin Thomas, obviously, was also an automatic bid. So there's that. Or sorry, no. JT was not. It was Scotty, JJ, Xander, Russell Henley, and Bryson DeChambeau. So those were your guys, and I'm not too keen on them winning the Ryder Cup right now. I think a lot of young guys. Let me go through this list real quick. Or let me go through you guys. Give you their rankings. JT, who is captain's pick, is 5th in the world right now. Colin Morikawa, 8th in the world. Ben Griffin, 17th in the world. Cam Young, 20th in the world. Patrick Cantlay, 21st. And Sam Burns, 22nd in the world. Let me go through the guys who were not picked. Maverick McNeely, who had a top 2 finish last week at the Tour Championship, 19th in the world. Keegan Bradley, 11th in the world right now. If there's anybody deserving, it was Keegan Bradley. It just kind of sucks for him that he's a captain when he could have been a captain maybe 2 years from now. He's like, dang, this sucks. I could have actually been playing and not a captain. Brian Harman, 28th in the world, and Andrew Novak, 30th in the world. But those guys were not picked who had a shot. I thought Chris Goddard kind of had a shot too at this, but no. I think Maverick McNeely was gypped, though. I mean, 19th in the world, and you're taking Patrick Cantlay? Nobody wants to watch Patrick Cantlay in this thing. The only thing he's there for is to annoy the hell out of Europe, which he did last year, or 2 years ago, when he didn't want to wear his hat because it was too small. He got the crowds fired up. He does have a decent record in this, though. And I just didn't know. I mean, Sam Burns. I don't know about that. I mean, he had 0 wins this year, and he got him because he knew Scotty Scheffler. I honestly feel like that's kind of why Sam Burns was allowed to join this team. Going through this team, Scotty Scheffler, 29 years old, obviously world number 1. He's Scotty Scheffler. This is his 3rd appearance in the Ryder Cup. He has a 2-2-3 record. It's not great for the world number 1. But he does have 5 wins this year, including 2 majors. J.J. Spaun. He is 35 years old. He is world number 17. He has never been to the Ryder Cup. We've got 4 guys that have never been to the Ryder Cup. 4. Count it. So this is a team that has no experience in this thing. At least a few guys don't. The other guys do have a lot of experience, but there's 4 of them that have absolutely 0 experience, and then there's some guys that have 1 or 2 appearances, so not much. JJ did win the U.S. Open with his solo win this season. Xander Schauffele, who's 31 years old, he has not even been close to up to par to himself from his past self. But he's still the world number 3 golfer, and this is his 2nd appearance, and he's 4-4 in the Ryder Cup. He had 0 wins in 2025. Russell Henley, world number 4, 36 years old, 1st Ryder Cup ever, never been. 1 win in 2025, but he does have 1 President's Cup with Scotty Scheffler being his partner. Harris English, 36 years old as well, world number 10. This is his 2nd appearance, and he has a 1-2 record with 1 solo win in 2025. Bryson DeChambeau, world number 18, 31 years old. His third Ryder Cup, but he has a 2-3-1 record for the Cup. So not great for a guy who brings some energy and just a lot of maybe distractions to the Ryder Cup and his team. Justin Thomas, world number 5 right now. He's 32 years old, fourth Ryder Cup. Yeah, fourth. He is the most experienced out of any of these guys. He's 7-4-2. He did have one win at the RBC in 2025. So maybe this is your best pick. Justin Thomas, just the most dominant player for the Ryder Cup team. Ben Griffin, 29 years old, world number 17. Never been to the Ryder Cup, but he did have 2 wins in 2025 and did end a hot start to the season. Cam Young, 28 years old, world number 20. Never been to the Ryder Cup, but he played at Bethpage a lot as he is from there, and he does have 1 win this season, and it was at the Wyndham Championship. He's also been playing really, really good as of late. Patrick Cantlay, 33 years old, world number 21. Third Ryder Cup, though. He has a 5-2-1 record, so second best record out of any of these guys at the Ryder Cup. And he was electric, though, in 2023, kind of to make Europe hate him. So, crowd starter, get the crowd going. That's mainly his role, probably, as he did not have a great season at all, except for, of course, the last tournament of the season. And then Sam Burns, world number 22, 29 years old. This is his second Ryder Cup. He has a 1-2 record in the Ryder Cup with 0 wins this past season. So that is your USA team. They are going to be going against Team Europe, who so far, your top 6 locks, Rory McIlroy, Tommy Fleetwood, Robert McIntyre, Tyrrell Hatton, who's on live, and Rasmus Højgaard. So those are your top 6 automatics. And then to be expected, this is to be expected to be added. Ludwig Oberg, Matt Fitzpatrick, Victor Hovland, and Jon Rahm. Yeah, you guys forgot about Jon Rahm. He didn't have any wins this year on live, but he's Jon Rahm. So that is going to be the European team. I'm going to say I really don't like our chances right now. I'm taking, right now, if it happened today, I would pick Team Europe right now. And it's going to be happening in a few weeks, middle of September, or late of September. But right now, Team Europe, I think they're the better team. They've got the better guys. And I know some of those European guys haven't been playing that well this season, but when it comes to the Ryder Cup, they turn it on, especially winning 10 of the last 14. So it's gonna be a really fun Ryder Cup, but I think really close. It should not be as bad as 2 years ago where Zach Johnson just got his butt kicked in. But I still think it's Team Europe for the taking. But let me know. I mean, that's just my thoughts. We'll see what happens when it comes. But hope I'm wrong. But I just did not really. I mean, who else are you going to pick? I think Keegan maybe should have picked himself. And then if you're going to take anyone, I'd take Maverick McNeely over Sam Burns. And maybe Chris Cotterup. He's been playing some good golf as of late. So just my 2 cents. All right. Golf season's done right now. It's beginning of the college football season. And unfortunately, we go to Lee Corso's final pick. His final headgear selection forever. What a fun time it was with Lee Corso. I mean, that's the only reason we watch game day. You tune in, and you'll wait until 11 o'clock, noon. Which headgear is he going to select? How is he going to do it? Because it was always electric. It was always entertaining. And it just brought a smile to your face every time. So, going to be sad to see Lee Corso getting his final headgear selection, Ohio State versus Texas. All right, but let's start actually with the last game on the slate. Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, TCU at North Carolina. TCU a 3.5-point favorite in this one. Is Bill Belichick, the new head coach, is he ready to lead a college team? I don't know. Heck if I know. Well, we're going to find out. He brought in his son, Steve Belichick, to really have his hands full because this North Carolina team allowed 375 yards per game which ranked 72nd in the country, and 226 passing yards per game, which ranked 81st in the country last year. You got a lot of work to do, Steve and Bill. And they're going against a quarterback in TCU, Hoover, who had 3,900 yards last year and 27 touchdowns. As long as this Horned Frog team being the 8th team in the country in passing offense. UNC, though, does have a quarterback with some high regards, Max Johnson. He's coming in, should help out this Bill Belichick. I mean, he coached Tom Brady. I think he knows how to develop and help a quarterback. And Max Johnson's coming in and is going to be as good as they say. Could help them at least have a decent season in a weak conference. TCU, strong into last season, winning 4 of their last 5. Sonny Dykes, pretty proven coach now in college football. I think he's done a solid job. Just maybe there's too much distraction with this North Carolina team with Bill Belichick. First ever game at Chapel Hill. It's going to be fun to watch. I mean, I'm excited to see Bill Belichick back on the sideline and especially at a college campus. I just think too much traction. I think we know more about TCU, and I'm taking TCU to win 31-27. Just barely cover that spread, but should be a fun, high-scoring game, I think. Should be a lot of back and forth. All right, then Saturday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Number 8 Alabama heads to Tallahassee to face Florida State. Bama, a 13.5-point favorite in this one. Wish this game was a few years ago when, I mean, this would have been college football playoff matchup. But then it bit the dust last year. Florida State went 2-10. Alabama had a heck of a start to the season. They scored 39 points per game until the final 3 games when they lost to Vanderbilt. And then they only scored 15 points per game from there on out. So just collapsed. Do bring in a new offense coordinator. They do get a new quarterback with Ty Simpson, who was set behind Jalen Milroe and other Alabama quarterbacks the last few years. But Jalen Milroe gone. Love him or hate him, I thought he was still a pretty solid quarterback. I mean, he put up lots of points per games. He almost got them to a national championship game. And we're going to see what Ty Simpson is made of, though. A dual-threat quarterback. And Kalen DeBoer, high on him. I think Kalen DeBoer this is his make-or-break year because Alabama fans are impatient. They are used to competing for national championships. And I think he has the means and the will to keep that environment going and to make a run. And not to mention, this Alabama team has Ryan Williams, the wide receiver, who I believe gets an invite to New York this next season. He was 17 years old last year, so he can only get better, more mature. 48 receptions, 865 yards. That's a lot of yards for a 17-year-old in the collegiate level. FSU, not much offense. Nobody to really talk about. They were dead last in total offense last year. Dead last out of 134 teams. 270 yards per game and 130th in rush yards per game with 89. Putting up 15 points per game. Can it really hit lower? That's rock bottom, right? There's no more rock. You can't go under the rock. It's stuck there. You can only go up, right? You hope for Mike Norvell and this Florida State team. I think Mike Norvell is still a good head coach. They got decent transfers. They got a decent recruiting class. They're still not the Florida State as of last decade, but they got players. They got a little bit. It's Florida State. And Alabama will not have their starter Miller, their running back. He is out for a few weeks, so maybe that could help Florida State a little bit. Don't think so. Alabama still runs away with this one, 33-10. All right, Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Notre Dame at Miami, number 6. Catholics at number 10. The Convicts. So this is a fun throwback game. Notre Dame a 2.5-point favorite in this one. Notre Dame coming off a runner-up in the college football playoff championship to Ohio State. And I think this game definitely has college football playoff implications. If Miami wins this one, I think they're pretty much set to make the playoff. They do have a date with SMU later on, which rocking SMU right now, if you can see. I picked SMU to meet Clemson in the ACC championship game, but I think whoever wins that SMU Miami game is going to the ACC championship game. They're going to meet Clemson. Clemson's obviously going, but this game will have CFP implications for Miami. They need to win this game. If they win it, they're pretty solidified in. Carson Beck is coming to help them do that. He's got his winning ways. I still think he's kind of a mid quarterback. This is his 6th year in college, and he's got winning ways. He's got winning culture, but it was at Georgia, and Georgia, they got blue chips, 5 stars all over the field for you. So it's kind of a system quarterback in there. And we saw that the few years prior with Stetson Bennett. You just put a guy in there, he'll fit the system, and he'll get you your wins. And that's kind of what happened with Carson Beck in Georgia. And they lose Cam Ward. That was a huge part for Miami. Number 1 overall pick. This Miami team is led by a head coach, Mario Cristobal, who I'm not too fond of, a guy who should have needed the ball, end up losing on a Hail Mary 2 plays later, and I just don't trust Cristobal as a head coach. I need to see something from Miami from stop being overhyped every single year. It's getting ridiculous. Put up or shut up, and this could be the year with Carson Beck. And then Notre Dame, I really like Marcus Freeman. I think he is a heck of a coach. I enjoy watching him. He is solid. He has proven now, obviously, making it to 2 college football national championship games. And he's got what it takes. And wouldn't be surprised if he goes to the NFL soon. But right now, Notre Dame, they lose Riley Leonard, their dual threat quarterback, who was really good for them. Of course, helped them get to the national championship game last year. And they still have, though, the guy who I think is probably going to earn a New York Heisman invite as well, Jeremiah Love. 1,000 yards last year, 17 touchdowns. Their offense is going to be fine with Love in the backfield. Notre Dame also has a new defense coordinator, Chris Ash. He's got NFL, SEC, and Big Ten experience, so that's going to help you a lot coming to Notre Dame. So excited for that. Your new quarterback, CJ Carr. Haven't seen anything from him in a game, but did look good in the spring game, so we'll see. He's been there a few years now, and I just trust Notre Dame more this year with Marcus Freeman at the helm. So I got Notre Dame winning 28-24. And then Saturday, prime time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Number 9, LSU at number 4, Clemson. Death Valley at Death Valley. Clemson, 3.5-point favorite in this one. And this obviously has major CFP implications as well. I think whoever loses this game is still in a driver's seat to make the playoff. LSU, of course, has a much tougher test ahead of them, unlike Clemson, who plays in the ACC. So if LSU wins this one, I mean, you can drop 2-3 more games, and you're set to get into the playoff. Clemson doesn't need to win this one, but it will look really good for them fighting for a 1 or 2 spot. I think they definitely get a 1 or 2 spot this year, especially with a win here. But these are also my top 2 quarterbacks to win the Heisman. I've got Cade Klubnik winning the Heisman. I think Garrett Nussmeier comes in second, but this game could decide that, honestly. And we do have some history here. Clemson 1-6 against the spread in the last 7 games versus the SEC. And last year they were 0-3 versus the SEC. But not to worry, Clemson fans. LSU is 0-5 in their last 5 season openers, including 0-3 in the Brian Kelly era. Clemson defense, very mid to bad last year, which is weird because they have all this NFL talent, but expect them to get better as they have a new head coach in Tom Allen, who's really, really good at what he does. But it doesn't really matter when you got Cade Klubnik throwing the ball, who had 259 passing yards per game last year, 36 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions. Clemson also returns 80% of their productions with their top 3 receivers, getting a total of 3,639 yards and 36 touchdowns. Insane from Clemson. That is why they're a favorite to win the CFP. LSU, Nussmeier, 4,000 yards last year, 29 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. LSU does replace 4 offensive linemen. that is going to be very tough in this league in the SEC. Just ask Oklahoma of last year. They do have their defense coordinator Baker is going into his second year, and they improved massively in his first year last year. Both coaches, though, they finally embraced the transfer portal, which is huge. Really, you have to in this day and age. So good for those guys and their teams. The only thing, I love LSU. I have them making the SEC championship game. I have them going far. I have Clemson winning the ACC. The thing about this game, Brian Kelly came out this week and said, quote, we have work to do. I don't like that your head coach says that the week of playing Clemson, playing round one, week one. I don't like that. So I'm taking Clemson in this one 28-25, but could swing either way. All right, then final game. The first game, Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Number 1, Texas versus number 3, Ohio State. Ohio State now a 1.5 point favorite in this one. This number has been dropping. Lee Corso's final headgear selection. Texas wind out of a primetime night game, so we get it at 11 o'clock. Ohio State fans will never have a night game at the Horseshoe. And could this be a future national championship preview? Maybe. We'll see. I'm more high on Ohio State than Texas, but maybe that's just the hater in me. But OSU could have a title hangover in this one. They do lose their quarterback, Will Howard, who I still thought was a system guy. I mean, it's like with Georgia. You got 5 stars, you got blue chips all around the quarterback. Your quarterback just has to be mid. That's it. Make a few plays. And that's what he did. But you also have Ryan Day, who can prove he can coach, except for when he's coaching against Michigan. And you reload every single year with recruiting and the transfer portal for both teams. And both these teams need it, as Ohio State lost 14 players and Texas lost 12 players from last year's semifinal runs for both teams. So definitely had to reload, and they did. Arch Manning, this is his second career start. He did play in 10 games last year, and recorded 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 939 passing yards. So he's shown he can run, he's shown he can pass, and I'm really not worried about Arch Manning. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. I've seen enough from him where I don't think it's a fluke if he does good. I think he's definitely going to be a solid guy. We just don't know much about Ohio State's quarterback, redshirt freshman Julian Sayin. We'll see, but when you got guys like wide receiver Jeremiah Smith, who I believe gets an invite to New York with 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 17.3 average yards per catch last season, you're going to be pretty solid and saying you got a great trio there. You do lose Jack Sawyer on the defensive end for Ohio State, but you reloaded, and you still got guys who came in from last year stepping up in bigger ways. Both defenses are legit, and that's going to be big because Texas is replacing 4 offensive linemen. Like I said, very, very tough to do in this league, especially when you're going against, especially even going to Ohio State, who reloads and has all that talent. The thing is, it's at Ohio State, but hey, it's 11 a.m. kick, and Texas is 11-0 in their last 11 true road games. That's pretty good. You're pretty stoked if you're Texas. I think there's more pains at quarterback from Ohio State. I know what Arch is made of. I know he's a good talent. But I am taking the Ohio State Buckeyes 27-24 over Texas. This is going to be a super fun matchup, and we'll probably see them again in the playoff. So that's my complete week 1 college football predictions. Going to be a great, great season. So let me know your thoughts on my 5 picks. All right, let's move into the final segment who I'm sharing my burger and brat with. Sharing my burger and brat with VR. That's right, virtual reality. A new study finds VR experiences with headsets and goggles can beat painkillers for relief. So, conducted at Britain's University Exeter, the observed effects were as strong as painkillers and lasted longer than the 45 minutes that painkillers had. And the VR experience also was twice as effective as the painkillers. Now, remember, a lot of people, they can't leave the hospital, they can't leave their house for that fresh air, so they can use a VR. The study included 29 healthy participants that found that the more present a person felt during the VR experience, the stronger the pain relieving effort. So if depressed or you're in pain and you can't go outside, use a VR. Go get yourself one of those things and go on a hike literally anywhere in the world because it's at your VR, it's at your headset. So cool thing there. VR, better than painkillers and definitely healthier for you. So, all right, everyone, thank you all for listening. Make sure to follow the podcast on any platform, any streaming service, literally anywhere. Get your podcast at Burgers and Brats. And hopefully watch live on millions.co and YouTube at Burgers and Brats. Let me know what you think. Team USA or Team Europe in the Ryder Cup, your week 1 college football picks. And will Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce last? Thank you all for listening. Take care. Stay safe.